Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the morning show with Angel and Tina and our guest Toni. Good morning. Hey girls, how you doing?
Good
Good morning.
morning.
I said
Toni,
good
it is
morning like
early
16
for you,
times.
darling. I know.
Yeah, we don't get up early in California, you know?
No, that's what we've been hearing. That's what we've been hearing. But you're not gonna like it. But July 1st, we're going we're going an hour later for
Oh,
you California people. Only for California people, not the West Coast, just the California.
Well, when we started this, Toni, right? Tina's on the East Coast.
Yeah.
I'm in Mountain Time, and so we're trying to come up with when in the morning it will fit. And she actually wanted to do it even earlier than this. And I was
I was
like,
like, let's do it at 9. She was like, what? And I was like,
that's
okay, 10.
yeah, we don't get
yeah,
up
that
early.
would have been 7 a.m. for me, right?
Yeah.
And so I agreed I could do it at 8 a.m. I'd get up. It was quarantine time. I thought I was going to get to start sleeping in and relaxing a little bit. So we've been doing this now. What is this? Almost 59
This
episodes?
is 59 episodes today.
This is our 59th episode. So starting July 1, we
Yeah.
are going to push it an hour later because our West, it just feels like it's getting earlier and earlier for
And
our
the poor West
Coasters.
Coast people, they get on and they're like,
Uh, well, but we couldn't even get, there's somebody in Chicago who it would have been 9 a.m. for him. And he's like, no, it's too early.
he's like, not right now. I don't ever get up before 11. And we're like,
Yeah.
what?
I'm just
Everybody's
surprised I'm wearing pants, you know? Because
Well, that's a good thing that you're wearing
been
pants.
been living in yoga pants for so long and
Oh, wait, you have regular pants on.
I got jeans on today.
What? Okay, see, Toni, you went above and beyond. Yes, right? Bow
we
down.
are in awe
Because
of you.
we're still in yoga pants and leggings. And this is a daily thing for us.
Well, you feel as though, if you don't put on the makeup and the hair and the jewelry and you got to bring your best self, So
But
I
from
thought,
here
well, I'm gonna
up.
wear pants.
I am impressed, Toni. I put earrings on the other day because I haven't been wearing jewelry. And I had to dig them, poke it through because it had been so long. But yeah, I'm not wearing jewelry. I'm not
I
wearing
got drink
earrings.
on
I
everything.
know you're so pretty.
I mean, top to bottom. See, Angel, we might need to step our game up a little bit because we only do I wear my jewelry. I always have my jewelry on, but it's only from here up.
Tina does get pretty fancy, right? You do the jewelry and the accessories, and
Well, it all goes with the background.
Up. They see from here up, from here down. I have leggings and yoga pants on.
I almost am always in a t-shirt and yoga pants.
Yeah.
But today I got fancy. I put like a real shirt on.
A real shirt with buttons and everything.
With buttons and everything.
But
not
do
just
you
a
have yoga
t-shirt.
pants on? She's like,
I run around barefoot. I was supposed to go, well, I was planning to go to an event a couple weeks ago. And I was walking around my house in high heels because I thought I should practice wearing high heels.
you gotta tell them the truth now. They weren't really heels, they were wedges. She said she had to ease her way into it.
Well, they were real shoes versus
They were real shoes.
versus tennis shoes. I've been barefoot or tennis shoes, going for walks. I mean, seriously, my whole world has just been flopped upside down. Toni, I am impressed with. Is that your real backdrop?
What?
Is that a virtual backdrop or a real deal?
No, that's my office.
She's like, nope, it's my real deal. All nice
pretty.
and neat.
Well, it's so pretty.
If you saw in front of me, it's a totally different picture.
It's so funny where you do the back behind the scenes, right? This is all beautiful, but behind there, you don't want to see.
You don't even want to see to the right or the left. It's all been pushed.
I had somebody come to the house a couple weekends ago, or this last weekend. We were doing some production, and she's like, I want to do it in your studio where you do the show.
And you're like, studio?
Like, this is the corner, and it's a mess. There's no room here.
Yeah, I have a full studio with lights and everything. No.
It's what it looks like, it would appear to, but when you see it, I'll take a picture and post it. But
it was like the first time when we did the Connect Summit, and Jay took the behind the scenes photo, and you have all your boxes stacked up on your computer, and you have.
Well, we've taken over the whole living room
to
do the first Connect Summit. So I think people think that I'm still sitting in my living room doing this, but my family's here. I like take over all day long every day.
The whole entire house?
The whole house. So we did shove it into a corner of the office. So
But
so
it
Toni,
still
so that's your
works.
beautiful background, but it's like real life all around you.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love
that.
it too.
I'm pretty much an organized person. I like my house pretty neat and clean, but there are a stack of files right behind me that need to be filed, and
That
it's
you
like,
can't
I'm not
see?
moving right or left for you to see them. They're right behind me.
So she's gonna have beautiful posture for today.
She's gonna be like this the whole time. She can't move like this.
It's like cleaning the kitchen and you just
Yeah,
shove
the
everything
chair's
in the
covering
oven.
it too. so-
Right? We see it.
No,
Oh.
it's bad. And then I have, my Tylenol handy, and
Okay, but we have to see your glass because she pulled her glass up and started drinking.
It would appear
It would
to the
appear
common
that,
eye.
that it is 7 a.m. and Toni is already drinking wine. However, that is not the case.
I love that you
most
drink
people
Diet
have their
Coke out of a
coffee in
wine
the mo-
glass.
Most people have their coffee in the morning. I'm a Diet Coke kind of girl. So
But in a wine glass. I think
Yeah,
that's
well.
fancy.
Well, because she has to make sure that it's the, facade.
it's all an illusion.
It's all an illusion. The entire thing, her virtual background, her setup, her
Just
wine
think about
glass.
this whole virtual world we're in. Everything is an illusion. Nobody is who they are in real life. It's like we're all movie stars, and then you see them on the street
From here
and
up.
you can't recognize them. It's the same thing.
Right?
I love when people say, "Whoa, you look just like you do in your picture. Or, you look just like you do on the virtual thing." And I'm like, well, wouldn't I be?
Right?
I don't have hair and makeup,
Right? And that's what people ask us too. They're like, "Do you have hair and makeup? Because you guys' hair and makeup looks so good every day." We're like, "No."
No, but I will tell you, Toni, this is not my hair. This is a wig. Because Tina makes me get up at 6:30 in the morning to do the show every day. Did I tell you this was show number 59?
Oh my God. So do you have the same wig, or do you change wigs every day?
Well, so had I known we were going to do this for so long, I would have bought like 5 or 6 of them, right? To have fun. But I only bought one because originally I thought we were only going to do it for 2 or 3 weeks.
Right?
Because it was just during the pandemic. It was just during the shutdown. And it kept going and it kept going and it kept going. And we would start. And now Tina and I actually start our day even earlier because we get together to do production and training even earlier. So she's getting me out of bed earlier and earlier.
It's not my fault.
It is
It's
all-
not my fault that we went syndicated on 7 different channels. And now we are on all of these extremely expensive platforms that
Yes.
over 100,000 people are going to see us. All
Yeah,
my
it's-
fault. You can blame
It's
all
Tina's
of that
fault.
on
I
me.
blame Tina. I blame Tina. Yeah. So,
Blame her
but
and
this
thank
is,
her.
but my hair has grown out. Like this is my hair. It has grown
okay.
almost to the same length during this time. I haven't had a haircut since January.
Oh my goodness.
But
Um,
Toni, your hair looks amazing.
No, it's all an illusion.
It's all an illusion. It's a filter.
Oh, but can I tell you, I just found today, because I've been doing an event for 2 days, so I was on someone else's Zoom so I could have all the bells and whistles behind the scenes. So I went onto my Zoom and I wanted to make sure I had everything right. And I went to the settings and I went to HD. Oh, that's a better picture. I went, I'm going HD. And I looked and I went, whoa, it's clearer. And I hadn't been using that one. I even looked
So
better at
I heard that there are filters on Zoom now too, that you can filter certain things. And I was
Well, it
like,
says
"Ooh,
make-
can
it
they
says
filter this?"
make yourself prettier. There's a thing that I clicked that one too. So
That
I
says make
follow.
yourself prettier.
Yeah, it's something like that.
It
It's
says
not,
you're ugly. Click here to make yourself.
it's like, I don't know. It just, it gives you a better aura or whatever. I don't know.
Okay. Oh, Angel, I think we might need to do that.
I do need to make myself prettier. Yeah, I want that button.
Where's the easy button?
And can it help lose some of the
Oh,
little
please! You do not need to lose. Can it help this? Because every time I'm looking at myself, I'm going,
Oh, yeah. Oh, the neck. I hate the neck.
yes.
Oh,
I'm like, can we just? I need that face tape.
Oh, she's got some. She's got some.
Toni, you have face tape?
I don't use it because it gets stuck in my hair. But you go to, my girlfriend owns the company. It's called bringitup.com. And they're little pieces of tape. And it started out because her best friend got Botox. And this was like years ago when Botox was new. And one of her eyebrows was way up high and the other wasn't. So they spent the weekend trying to figure out how to get her other eyebrow to go up. So they invented this tape, and she's built this whole business. And they're these strips of tape that you put, and it just brings your neck up.
Oh,
Really?
And you can put it here.
we need another sponsor.
I'll talk to her. She lives in Nashville. I'll talk to her.
No, we need another sponsor, Angel, because I just need a piece of tape right here and a piece of tape right there.
Well, then they
I
have
need
the
it for
one
my
that's
eyelids.
on TV where you put the tape and it has a string and you tie the string in the back. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's a little scary.
But you kind of wonder after hearing all this, how many people get on the red carpet and how many pairs of Spanx they have on.
Yeah.
What kind of tape they have on to hold and push and, put everything in place.
Yeah.
Because
So they haven't eaten for 6 weeks.
Yeah, and they
Right,
haven't
right.
eaten for 6 weeks.
I think I need duct tape, not just like wrap myself in it.
You
Well,
know,
I don't
my
think
mom-
so because you look really good. So
Listen, she's like 5 foot nothing and like 95 pounds soaking wet.
Yeah.
She does not need
please.
nothing.
Oh, please.
But
I
I
bet-
remember when I was little, my mom used to wrap herself in saran wrap.
Yeah,
And she
I
would
did
walk
that.
around and I would be like, what is that noise? And she would be like, and I'm like, what is that? And it was saran wrap. And it would, I guess, make her sweat.
Yeah, I went
Oh.
to a place. It was a spa. I used to try everything, and they wrapped you in saran wrap that was coated in these herbs or something. Then you laid on this lounge chair, and it was in this warm room, and you just sweat. And then they take it off. Now all your water weight is gone, right?
Mm,
And then they remeasure you. And when they measure you the first time, it wasn't real tight. Then they measure you the second
And they
time.
go,
And it's a bit tighter. You've lost 2 inches in your left thigh, and you're like,
Wow.
yeah. And then you go have a glass of water, and it all comes back
it
on.
all comes back. Do you guys remember that green wrap? Did you guys ever see the people they had that green wrap? They would always be like at trade shows and stuff, and they'd wrap you in this like green wrap, and then you'd come back at the end of the day. Yeah, and it was, oh look, you've lost 2 inches, and I'm like, oh, I think I did. Wow, I do feel. I'm like, and then
you
yeah,
feel
the next
skinny,
day,
you're like,
it's all
oh, I
back.
can go eat a churro.
Then you go to the food truck outside.
We did this we did the apple cleanse so we went on the marketers cruise. Tony, were you on the marketers cruise?
No.
So we went on the marketers cruise, and of course you eat all
Right,
this stuff
and it's
all the
right
time.
after Christmas.
Right.
Yeah, and they're like, no, you've got to do the apple cleanse where you eat like apples for 3
And it's like
days or
8
something.
apples a day, right?
As many as you want, right? So all apples and then warm water, and it's like water weight. I think you lose the water weight, and I lost 5 pounds in like 3 days, but then 3 days later I had it all back.
Yeah.
But I felt miserable
Wait,
during
so
the
for
3
3
days.
days you ate just apples?
Just apples, and I felt fine. Like it was filling enough, and you can do anything for a couple of days, like to lose 5 pounds. Like you'll put yourself through all sorts of torture. You're like, I can handle this.
Right?
But I felt miserable. I felt like I had the flu. I don't know if it was
So
like
you
I
were
also had
probably
COVID,
detoxing.
right? And you're detoxing, and so you feel crappy when you're detoxing. And then it's like 3 days later, I'm like, there it is again. I'm like, well, that just sucked.
I tortured myself for 3 days.
Yeah.
It's the things that us women do to make us look sexier, thinner, whatever. We wear 4 and 5 inch heels to torture our feet. We put like 5 pairs of Spanx on. We put duct tape and all types of stuff to make us.
Right, but we haven't had to do any of that during the last 3 or 4 months.
It's kind of been nice, but on the other hand, I was on Weight Watchers in the beginning of the year, and I dropped like 15, 16 pounds. I was doing great, and then the coronavirus shutdown happens,
And then you got
I
the
not only
Corona-19?
gained those back, I think I gained the Corona-19 on top of it. You know, and I got the Weight Watchers app on my phone staring at me every day, and I'm like, yeah, no, not today.
It says, please log in. Are you like on Netflix?
Left.
Are you still watching?
Yeah. Are you still using? Yeah.
Are you still eating?
And I keep saying, you know, okay, we're opened up a little bit, maybe today. And I mean, this whole Corona thing, because we went into virtual world, I was on so many Zoom things, and
Yes.
my chair was wrong, my desk was wrong. I pinched a nerve in my back, which caused spasms, which made me go to the emergency room twice. I was on for 30 days. This is probably yesterday and today are the first days I felt good since before Memorial Day. I have pains. I have an ice pack on the floor right here because I was wearing it all morning, because my shoulder, you wake up and it's sore and painful, but nothing like it was. But it was because I had the wrong kind of desk. So now I can stand.
Oh, you have, oh, does it?
So it's a desk that goes up and down. So
Angel.
Tina, yeah, Tina's shoulder hurts. And I told her,
I have
a
been
pinched
having
nerve.
this like whole pain all the way down my left shoulder
It is
for
a
like
pinched nerve,
60
for
yeah,
sure.
for like 60 days now.
I bet it's a pinched nerve.
So
You've got
I
the wrong
heard,
chair.
and Toni, you actually had to have surgery, right?
no, I didn't have surgery, but
Okay.
I was close to it. Hold on, I gotta find. I had the right angle there for a while.
Yeah, don't show the mess.
Yeah. But it's helped, because when I find that, you know, oh, I've been sitting and I got an ergonomic chair, and so everything's right, and I find that it's the mouse, all the movement of your mouse and your mouse being at the wrong angle. And because I found that when I started to feel better and I got back at the desk and started working, I'm working, you know, and I'm doing everything, and then I'd get up and I'm like, why is my arm in such pain? And that nerve, and it was from the mouse moving. So it's from sitting at our desks and having the wrong angles and everything, because you want your view
That
to be
makes me
right.
want to sit up straighter.
Your shoulders are up here, you know, and so I didn't have it, and I hunched over,
Yeah.
and so I pinched a nerve. And it was, let me tell you, having a baby was nothing compared to the pain of this.
Oh, Toni.
Yeah.
So I was just telling Angel, I was like, Angel, I am not feeling good. I was telling her, I said, I got to go to the chiropractor. So I just literally wrote down a chiropractor's phone number to call today, because I am in so much pain every single day.
Yeah, he helped me a lot. It was 2 emergency rooms, Valium, Vicodin, I mean, a lot of drugs. And then finally the chiropractor, and he put you on that rack where he lifts. Oh man, if you could just take somebody and just lift your head up.
I was telling my roommate, I said, it just feels so good when they take it and they like lift your head. It makes it feel my migraine.
Ago,
Yes,
years
my
ago,
migraine.
I had all this pain in my arm, and I went to the doctor, and we were trying to figure out what was wrong, and I couldn't lift, I couldn't hold something. It was just getting worse and worse. And I went to the chiropractor, and he says, yeah, you've got a pinched nerve, right? And he, you know, did whatever he did, and I was like, hey, I can use my arm again.
Right? Yeah, this is, I can't, like, today is really bad. I can't even lift my arm like this much.
So I have a tendency to, because I'm short, I sit with my legs like tucked up underneath me, like, because they don't touch the ground.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
So they fall asleep, right? Then my legs are always falling asleep. So I have a little stool underneath my chair so that I can.
It's the things that we have to do, like, you know, like we said, that nobody else sees. Everybody thinks, oh, you have such a pretty background, this and that. We have a stool, we have this, we have a pillow behind our back.
So Tina, is this your mouse arm?
No, this is my mouse arm. See, I can move this all over.
Oh, so that one? Huh.
Yeah, not so much.
Yeah, go to the chiropractor, have him work on it now before it gets to be too painful.
Yeah, Toni, it's been 2 months.
Oh my gosh. And then I finally got to the general practitioner, and we did a Zoom examination, which was kind of weird. And
he's like, can you put your arm up? And you're like, how can you see me?
Well, no, I had to have, my husband had to hold the camera, and I was like doing these things, you know, and he says, what are you taking? And I said, well, the prescriptions I did. And then I said, and I'm sucking down aspirin and no, aspirin and Advil. And he goes, oh, you got to stop that one right now. That's going to give you an ulcer. So the aspirin and the Advil. So he had me on Tylenol. So take Tylenol. But
and then she doesn't have the little bottle. She has the
we're like,
she has the Costco bottle.
When I was traveling, Tina, I started carrying industrial sized bottles of Tylenol around
Really?
because you're just always in pain. My feet hurt, my head hurts, my back hurts. Like
Right? Because you're always in different hotels. It's like I think we need to start investing in having a chiropractor at all of our events.
yeah.
I think that's what we need to start doing. Just having like a chiropractic chair at all the events that
at all the events. I have a fabulous chiropractor here in Colorado, and he's almost like my primary care doctor. I go to him for everything.
Look, I couldn't even lift my coffee mug with that arm.
You need to see Nick. Come to Colorado. You can come see Nick.
Yeah, I'll come.
He's amazing.
Where in Colorado are you?
I'm in a town called Highlands Ranch, so we're just south of Denver.
Oh, okay.
But north of Colorado Springs. Seems like we.
And I'm in North Carolina, Toni, and she wants me to come to Colorado to go to a chiropractor.
I have a very funny Colorado story. I flew to Colorado to speak at the eWomen Network meeting in Colorado Springs.
Okay.
So I flew into Denver, rented a car. When I got to the baggage claim, I have this black and white striped suitcase that I've never seen anyone else have. I grabbed it, got on the bus, got to my rental car and drove to Colorado Springs, where the managing director picked me up. I dropped off my car there. She picked me up. We went to dinner, dropped me off at my hotel. I go in to check into the hotel and they're like, oh no, this is the wrong hotel. There was another hotel with the same name across town. So then I had to take a taxi across town. So I get to my airport, the hotel around 8 o'clock at night. I open the suitcase and these yellow shoes fall out. And I don't wear yellow shoes. And I went, what are they doing? It was someone else's suitcase. Now I'm freaking out. So the storm is coming in at the same time. So I go to the front desk and I said, is there a drugstore or anything around here? I have no clothes. I have no makeup. I have nothing. And so she goes, oh, well, the gentleman can drive you. So we get in the car with him and I'm on the phone with my girlfriend. And I said, oh my God, I have the wrong suitcase. She goes, what are you going to do? And I go, well, he's taking me to a Walgreens and I'm going to get what I can. And he turns around and he goes, would you rather go to Target? I'm like, absolutely.
Yeah.
So like
I can buy underwear at Target.
Yeah, he's waiting in the parking lot while I'm running through grabbing things. I end up with a Guns N' Roses t-shirt. I don't even know why. I thought I could sleep in that, and I didn't even get makeup. I just got the basics because I thought, well, I'll switch the suitcases. Well, that huge storm you had last year that closed down everything? That happened the next day.
Oh,
so
no.
We're going back and forth with the airport. They finally find, the woman gets a hold of me through a piece of paper that was in my luggage. So she calls me, but she's in Denver and I'm in Colorado Springs and everything's closed. So then my girlfriend had to take me to Macy's in the middle of a storm so that I could get an outfit to wear and some makeup to present at the luncheon. I mean, it was just like one thing after another. So that's my visit to Colorado.
That's your Denver story, and you're never coming back to Denver.
Oh.
So we get back to the airport. I get back to the airport to fly home, and literally I take my suitcase up to the office, and there's the exact suitcase sitting there, and we switched it. So my suitcase never left Denver. And then I get back to California, and I get to the baggage claim to pick my baggage up, and there must be 6 suitcases that look just like mine. And I'm like, are you kidding? I'd never seen another one.
Who is selling these suitcases?
So I came home and I told my husband, throwing that suitcase away, get me something loud and crazy and one of a kind.
Right?
Okay, so what do you have now, Toni? What's your suitcase look like?
It's a silver, it's a shiny pink metal one. So,
okay.
But then I put, a big sticker on it. So it's like got my,
so Toni,
my logo on
my bag.
I have a shiny pink metal suitcase too.
Well,
of course you do.
Mine is like a rose gold pink kind of color, but you can definitely tell it's mine. Like anybody who picks me up in the airport are like, that's got to be your suitcase. I'm like, it is.
See, and I'm
For
not like
mine, it's always that big old huge suitcase and it's extended because I always bring like 8 pairs of shoes with me. But yeah.
yeah.
So
Oh,
I have a crazy, like, had to run to the store last minute story. Toni, I had been invited to an event in downtown Denver. And I don't know what you do, but when I get invited to something, I put it in my calendar, right? I put it in the date, put it in my calendar. So I knew I was going to this event, and I was thinking it was like a networking event. And so I'm get dressed and I drive downtown and I go early because of traffic, right? Because I'm going into the city, and I'm so proud of myself that I'm there early and got there in plenty of time. And so I walk over, I park in the parking garage, and I walk over to where the event is, and there on the marquee it says like Entrepreneurs Gala or something like that. And everybody, there's like all these people around in like formal gowns, and men are all in tuxedos, and everybody's pretty fancy. Now I was looking pretty cute, but I was not dressed in a formal dress. And all of it, and I'm looking at my calendar and I'm like, oh, this is a formal event, and I'm nowhere close to home, right? There's no way I can go home.
I have no date.
Right. And so I go huffing it over to like, 16th Street Mall where there's shops. And I'm thinking it's just like a block away, but it ends up being several blocks away. And now I'm sweating, right? Because I'm in a hurry. And
This
I'm
is
like,
where the wig could have came in handy.
it really would have. Right. So I'm popping into stores like, okay, do they have something? Do they have something? Do they have something? Because I need to find a formal dress that matches the bra that I'm wearing, right? Because it has to go with the bra that I'm wearing and the shoes that I have on. And I need one now. And I pop into like an Ann Taylor, and I like all these, I mean, I'm not finding anything.
And you're like, do you have any prom dresses? And they're like, it's not prom. It's not
So
prom time. And you're a not prom person.
I think it was a Ross. I ended up at a Ross, and I'm like grabbing like all these dresses really fast, just find something that fits me, right? And that I can modify with what I already have. Find a dress, go back to the parking garage.
Huff it 50 blocks down back.
Right? And I change into this formal dress in my car. And I'm sweating because it's hot, and I'm panicked and I'm nervous. And then so I couldn't really quite do it in the back of my car. So I had to get out of my car, and I'm using my door as a shield as people are driving in and out of the parking garage. My husband says, Angel, there are cameras in those parking garages. I'm like, well, then they got to show, because that's the glamorous life. And I showed up at the party, had a martini before my girlfriend walked in. And I was like, you are not going to believe how I got here.
I have to tell you a story. She's like, oh my God, I love the dress. You're like,
Was your girlfriend all dressed up?
She was gorgeous.
she didn't tell you, hey, Angel,
She
what
probably
dress are
did.
you wearing?
She probably did, but I just put it in my calendar. Show up here at this time, meet Susan. I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'll be there. Yeah, count on me. And normally I'm a little bit overdressed for most occasions anyways. Like
I am too.
Right? So in almost any other situation, I would have been just fine. But no, this was formal. So I had this long dress, and yeah, it worked out. But
Yeah, but did you get it at a good price at Ross?
I think I spent like $27 on it.
See?
Right? Yes.
$27. The $27. Your next book, The $27 Mistake.
Yeah.
$27 mistake. I did have to buy a slip. And so I think because it was a little sheer, and so I bought both right then and there, and took it back and changed in a park. That's the glamorous life, right? That's this,
ladies and gentlemen, is the lives behind closed doors of us entrepreneurial women who make things happen no matter what.
Make
Those
it
are the
happen.
things that have the stories that come along with it.
right? You'll run to Target at 8:00 at night
In a
sleep in a Guns N'
storm.
Roses t-shirt, right?
In a storm.
And then you
Oh.
have to, the hard thing, like Tina was saying, I packed so much stuff because I didn't know what I'd need, you know, and I had different outfits, like how am I going to feel that day, you know, that kind of thing.
Right.
Then I have an entire other group of clothing that I've just bought because I had to have the.
So now you can't fit everything.
I have to pack all that into that suitcase. And then unpack it out because it's not my suitcase.
Oh, that's right. You had to
So
switch it all over.
Putting things in bags and stuff because I have to repack it into my. It was crazy town.
And in the middle of everyone trying to go to their next flight, right?
Yeah.
And your underwear are flying everywhere.
I remember coming back from the E-Women, the very first E-Women conference I went to in Dallas, and I really overpacked.
Well, I always overpack when I go there.
Well, it was 10 days, you know, a different pair of shoes, a jacket, a shirt, you know, I mean,
you can't wear the same shoes when everybody sees you on stage.
Yes. So I get back to the airport because I'm leaving, and they grab my suitcase to put it onto the
weigher.
Well, no, it wasn't the weigher. I had to pay more money, by the way, but they put it onto the thing that moves, the conveyor belt. And the entire suitcase blows up. It like the zippers all break.
Oh my God.
This guy was so sweet. He grabs duct tape and he just duct tapes them.
He's like, it's okay, ma'am. I got it. We're going to stuff your underwear all in here. Your bras are falling all out.
Hanging out. You know, it's so embarrassing.
You guys are making me cry.
And you get your suitcase and it's all duct taped up, and your husband goes,
I should write a book.
What happened?
About airports. You know, things happen to me in airports all the time.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Well, Toni, I'm going to read your bio and we're going to talk about what you've been doing. You can talk about the event you just put on for the last couple of days and big projects that you've got coming up so that our audience can get to know you. Well, on a
More
professional level.
intimately.
I was going to say not better, because I think we've gotten to know him pretty well.
Very intimately, might we add.
Okay.
Oh.
You guys are seriously making me cry. She's the founder and CEO of Caruso Signature Events, an academy for speakers. With over 30 years of event production experience, Toni has brilliantly managed and successfully organized events, small and large, for the entertainment, corporate, and business-to-business worlds. Toni has taken her knowledge, skills, experience, and brought it to business professionals so they can help educate, inform, and share their genius live on stage. Her mission is to produce live signature events that are exciting, engaging, unique, and informative. Each one is a celebration and a unique experience where business professionals at all levels can connect, collaborate, and learn tools to move their business forward. She's the wife to Keith, Army mom to Rocky, and advocate for our military. Toni, we're so excited to have you here today.
Yay. Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Okay.
I love that.
My house cleaners just showed up. Hold on. Shoot.
This couldn't be more perfect.
I know, right?
She's like, let me mute myself. So Toni, you and I have a little special thing that we have. Both of our sons, your only child, right?
Right.
And my youngest. So we both became empty nesters too. So my youngest and your son went and joined the Army almost at the same time. And they went to basic training because I seen you in this Army mom group on Facebook. And I said, I know that girl. And you commented on one of my posts and I commented on one of your posts. I'm like, because you know how when you meet somebody outside the circle where you know them, you're like, how do I know that person?
Exactly.
And so, you know, you and I were talking back and forth for a little bit. And then our sons went to AIT. And then they, you know, both graduated and went to their duty stations. So mine is in Korea. And yours is in Texas.
Yep. El Paso.
I love that. And he's a medic, you said?
Yeah, he's a combat medic.
I love it. So it's a little bit different being an Army mom, right?
Well, you know, and a lot of people get down, like when you're in that high school world and it's such a competitive world. And in the city that I live in, it's very high end. Everybody's AP and honors students. And, you know, it's all, what college is your kid going to? So when, you know, you come out and you say something like he's going in the Army and they're like, how are you going to allow that? And I'm like, allow that? That's his dream. That's what he wants to do.
Yeah.
And we put our kids in these boxes and we say, oh, you're going to be a doctor, lawyer, Indian chief, whatever that is. And they're on these paths. I don't know about you, but I had a journey that went like this. I had all kinds of different jobs. I worked for Tina Turner. I worked for Olivia Newton-John. I was a waitress. I had some really great jobs, some not so great jobs.
Yeah.
But that was my journey. And my son gets to have his own. And if his, and what he's learned is, I'm in for 2 years now. He has 2 more to go. And he's not re-upping. He's decided this isn't the life for him. But what if he had gone to college and done 4 years in college, or been miserable and dropped out of college and then didn't do that and didn't learn and always thought, well, what if I went into the Army? So that's what I believe, that's what I love about entrepreneurs. You're living your dream, you're going after something that you always wanted. And most entrepreneurs are over the age of 40. These are women who are now in a second half of their lives. And they're like, I'm going to do what I love. Well, wouldn't it be nice if you could do that at 20, and know what that is?
But you think that we could have done it at 20?
No, I couldn't.
Yeah, I don't think I could have done it at 20. I had 3 small kids, and
I wasn't even married till I was 41. So,
So, I'm in that second stage of my life without saying the age. So now divorced and, an empty nester. Now I get to live and become that entrepreneur, and you're doing the same thing. So I love that. I love that about you. So did you get your house cleaning people?
Well, okay. So, they haven't been coming for months, right? Like, haven't been here. And so they just kind of started back and called and said, we're back servicing. And so I didn't know they were going to be here this early.
They're back to work.
And the kids, of course, are not up.
No, my kids are not up. All 3 of my kids are quarantining here, Toni.
How old are they?
So they're home, and they're all, they stay up late. So they're still sleeping. And so, yeah, Jay's going to go wake them up and make sure that
they need to get up so that the housekeeper can clean the sheets.
Right? Clean their room. So that was, all of a sudden I can hear, I'm like, that was early.
There's
early.
people here. One moment, please.
Yeah,
that was like when we had Larry and Taylor Thompson on, and they were like, the air conditioned people are here. Hold on one moment.
Hold on. We got people coming into the house, right? Things that we didn't used to have to deal with so much, right?
Right.
We could schedule around it. But I love that you're letting your kids pursue their own path, because it's, and even for many of us, what if it doesn't work out? So what? You'll know, right?
Yeah.
And
you took that risk.
Yeah, and I think that more people need to take those risks. We're too much in that safety zone.
What if it doesn't? What if it doesn't? What if it doesn't? And you're like, what if it doesn't? What if it does?
My son wasn't the big, A student. He really struggled in school. Yeah. And, he would come home with these horrible grades, and we'd have 2 months that we had to turn everything around. And I said, but now do you understand you have had failure, and you know what failure feels like? And then when he'd redeem himself and go, okay, now you've learned that you can overcome that failure. How many of these kids where their parents are, doing their homework and helping them with their tests and doing all of that, writing essays to get them into college, and then they get into college and they fail and they're all alone. And that's the issue, that a lot of these kids drop out of school and they come home, they commit suicide. It's just because we're not allowing young people to have these failures.
And so the small ones, the small failures, and not those huge ones.
Right. To understand that, this has happened before. Mm-hmm. I can do this,
This is how I did it last time. And because it was such a small one, instead of having this big, huge one land on them with no mom, no dad, nobody's there to help them, guide them.
Right. And it's the same with, talking about events. A lot of people are so afraid to have an event because what if I fail? It's going to cost me money. I can't do that. When in reality, if you do it correctly and you start small, make all your mistakes in that first one, and with 20 people, that's simple. And learn from that what worked, what didn't work. Okay, now let's do it with 40 people. Okay, now we're even better. We've got it down. Let's do it with 60 people, and each time you're learning what works and what doesn't work. It's the people that go out and say, I've had people come to me and say, I want to put on an event. Great. How big? I want 150 people in the room. Great. How big is your list? Oh, I've got about 200 people on my list. How many clients do you have? I don't have any clients. Well, then, forget the 150 people. Let's talk about this. You don't need to be paying for an event planner. You need to start with a small 20-person event, and you need to grow it. Because if they would try for the 150, and I've had people that have tried it and they failed, and they wonder why they fail, because they don't have the community to build that kind of an event.
Yeah.
So you just did a 2-day virtual event, yes? How did it go? Tell us about it.
It was a learning experience because, a lot of people are going, oh, this virtual, it's so easy. You get on Zoom and you have some speakers and that's great. Well, this event actually was a new format called V-Fairs out of Pakistan. So they put this whole process together where it looked like you walked into this virtual lobby and then you go, oh, I want to go to the exhibit booth. And you click there and you go off to the exhibit booth. I want to go to the auditorium and you click there. And, so we're in the back going, oh my God, this Zoom link's not working, or these people can't get into this room. And you are running around. And what I found that was very stressful for me, I was like, talk about sweating. I was sweating because you have to use your phone. You're constantly texting. Where when you're in the back of the room, you go over to the AV team and go, the sound's not working. Can you fix this? Yeah. Or, you go over to the speaker and go, okay, we're running a little bit late. Now it's all through text, and we had a speaker ready room, and it's like the speakers.
But then there's a delay in the text, don't get there for 30 to 45 seconds later.
And, you're texting in your hands and the words aren't coming out right, or it's switching them on you, and you look back and go, no, that's not what I meant, So it was, there were some issues.
Like, thank good nobody's seen you, because you were like,
I had the air conditioner going. I had this room like ice, but it just was different. And then the part that I didn't like, I'm a people person. I'm an extrovert. I want to be in a room with people. So, you finish and it's like you end meeting,
and
it's over.
And everybody's gone.
Everyone's gone.
The after is sometimes some of the most, special part of the whole event.
Right? Let's go have a glass of wine. Let's go, let's go sit in the
our
bar
shoes off. Yeah.
Well, and also, I have a friend that we would mastermind the best when we were in the ladies' room. Like we'd go to the ladies' room, like, oh, you're here again. Did you hear what that speaker said? That was so great. And we're sitting in the toilet and we're like masterminding in the bathroom, and we come out and go, we have the best meetings in here. So, the breaks were even great. And, the whole experience of being there and in the environment, I cannot wait to get back into this. I'm finding a lot of people are going, oh, I love this virtual world. Well, those people, I believe, are the introverts. They're the ones that don't like to travel. They don't want to leave their family. I want to get out of the house. I want to stay in a hotel. I want to eat in restaurants, You
want to lose your suitcase.
Yeah. Exactly.
I want to go out. I want to do all those things, but I don't want to do it with a mask and having to stay 6 feet apart. So
exactly.
There's like this weird thing. Like I want to go out, but I don't. It's like I would rather do this than sit here, Toni, with you and have to have a mask on at an event and stay 6 feet apart from you and have them take my temperature. Like that to me, is not.
That is a kind of a. This is not normal.
No. And I really don't like new normal being used, because it's normal's normal. It's just going to be what it is. And I think that we're going to get over this hump, and it's going to go back to what we believe it's going to be. And yes, people will be washing their hands more. We won't have as many people in the room, but I don't think everybody's going to be in a live event with masks on. I don't see that, because I don't think we're going to get that many people into a room with masks on for a while, so
can you imagine us being up there speaking, and I know you're a speaker too, and Angel and I are both speakers, but up there speaking and all the audience has masks on, and you can't tell their expressions on their face. You can't tell if they're laughing at your jokes, if they're getting it, you just see this.
Yeah. It's tough.
Oh, it would be horrible.
Yeah.
Angel, I was like, Angel, you are muted.
I am, because there's a bathroom right above me.
And they're vacuuming?
And they're clanging around in it. I'm like, that's kind of noisy. Nobody's usually using that bathroom when I'm in my office, right? They're in the shower.
Can you come after 12 o'clock next time?
This is, you don't want to be, rude. Like, they're doing a nice job. They're doing something very nice for me. It was like the day my husband, he was out doing yard work, and he's like got the chainsaw out.
Was just you and me.
I know, but it was so noisy. I'm like, and I go out to see, like, what's all the noise? And there's Jay doing this yard work. I'm like, I can't even be mad at him because he's doing this really nice thing.
I said, is somebody outside your door, like, doing yard work? And she goes, it's Jay. He's in the backyard. She goes, can you hear that? I said, yeah, I can, but it's okay. And she goes, hold on. And she goes back there. She goes, he just looks so cute doing it. I just let him continue.
Right, you can't even be mad at them, right? Because they're doing all this good stuff for you, right? Yeah, so it is a new world, and we are, I think, doing our very best to adjust, to find new ways to make it work. I've seen a couple of those platforms, Toni. The Small Business Expo used it, where you could go into the breakout rooms and the vendor rooms, and these videos would pop up, and and I think it's really impressive. Like, this is how they're shifting, because not only did the speakers and the vendors, right here, we all were planning to go out and have all these events. I had 38 events get canceled. But the audience who was expecting to attend, to go there to network, to learn, and to meet, they were missing out too. And so the way, being able to bring that together and use the tools and the virtual and I think it's been impressive, those that are figuring it out. But it's not without a learning curve, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's still stuff in the back of the room that we are going, like, we just did the Connect Summit. We had so much technical difficulties from the morning show on. Like, she was like, because we of course we do the morning show every morning at 10 a.m. And then we were going into this Connect Summit at noon, and she was like, oh my God, something's not working by Zoom. Then Zoom starts counting down. We have 2 guests on here. The Zoom starts counting down 9, 8. And we're like, what's going on? And she was like, I think they downgraded me. I don't understand what's going on. Exactly. And so we had like a half an hour literally to fix it.
And then the, this was supposed to be my biggest year. I was, in March, I had the Best You, which was a huge 10,000 person event that I was putting on March 21st and 22nd. So we canceled it before everything shut down, because we had speakers coming from Africa and the UK, and they couldn't get flights. Their countries were shutting down.
Yeah, they were already shut down prior to us shutting down. So
we shut it down, and then people were even saying to us, I can't believe you shut it down. Why did you do that? And then literally a week later, it was a stay-at-home order. And it was like, so I spent the whole month of March closing down everything. And then we decided to do live those 2 days. So dealing with speakers and getting them on live. And it was at a time when nobody was really comfortable with Zoom. I'm surprised at how many people are not comfortable with Zoom. So we had to walk
or don't have a Zoom account.
Right. So we had to walk them through that whole process. So the month of March, I was literally at the desk doing all of that. And then April kind of cleaning that up. And then slowly my April, I do Craig Dustwalt's Rock Your Life events. His April event was canceled. He went virtual. So I was helping him with that event. And that was 3 days. But what was amazing about that was now we're finding that you can get bigger speakers onto your stage because they don't have to leave their house. So we had the Genius Network, Joe Polish, amazing guy. He would never have flown to LA and been on Craig's stage, but he spent an hour and a half with us on Zoom, and he's amazing. So that's the plus of it.
Yeah.
And we've seen that definitely, Toni. They're like Les Brown. He's so funny because he's like, I'm never getting on an airplane again.
But he was our keynote last month on the Connect Summit. And then he came on our morning show. You would have never.
He'll do multiple events in a day. He's like, I can be anywhere now. I love this.
He's like, I'm not ever leaving my house.
So he was on Craig's as well, and he was hysterical. because he's talking to his
Did
son.
he have the Corona afro?
Yeah, a little bit. So then the Best You has now decided that they had postponed the March to August. We thought we'd be back in August, and of course we're not. So now we've moved it from a 2-day event. It will be 7 days and virtual. And he's using a different platform. And I told him that I couldn't talk about August until I got through this last 2 days because I was inundated. And so Monday we're meeting and he's going to bring me up to speed on the platform they're using. And the 2 gentlemen that I worked with, they're like my AV team, my tech team. They didn't like the platform, this VFair platform that we had used, and they have their own. So we're going to meet and start talking. So hopefully doing more events with them. But the Best You is not only doing LA, they're doing Dallas is going virtual, which was supposed to be live in October. And they're doing Dubai and the UK. So I'm going to be up at all hours, I think, this is going to be nothing. And when we go to Dubai.
For your desk that raises up and down, right?
Exactly. The only thing you need the food delivery. I haven't figured that one out yet.
Tina can help you.
Yeah,
Tina's got
I
the
do
food
that very
thing.
well. I deliver food to Angel all the time.
She does. Like all of a sudden she makes sure that I eat, and she's in North Carolina. I'm just super impressed with that. Yeah. But it is neat to see some of these new virtual platforms that, that some of them are really virtual, like the whole avatar thing. Yes. But there's even, I've been to a networking event where, you're at all the different tables and you can click and go to the different tables.
I forgot what it was called.
Yeah, I can't remember, but there are just, if you want to figure it out and you want to find a way to connect, there's a way.
Well, and also you, as a speaker, and if that's what you want to do, this is a great opportunity to get started because you can do these smaller speaking gigs free from your desk where you don't have the stress of walking onto a stage. But let me tell you, you still need everything for speaking. I have Academy for Speakers, and what I have learned is there is a business to speaking that speakers don't understand. It's a business, and how an event person makes money using speakers and how you can make money as a speaker. So there's a great synergy between the event planner and the speaker. And if you work together really well, you can monetize every stage you're on. But what speakers don't understand in a virtual world, like we were talking earlier, backgrounds, lighting, sound, if you don't have a professional mic, if you don't have a good ring light in your face, if you don't know what's going on behind you, and stop with the virtual backgrounds that are wavy. So when you're
and that when you move, your stuff is going,
or you go and you grab your glass of water and it's going in and out of some background or whatever, buy a green screen. And put it behind you so you don't have those issues. I mean, if you want to be thought of as a professional, you need to show up as a professional, even if you're sitting in your home, like we talked about getting dressed and putting pants on,
You're muted.
I have
You're
to
muted.
tell you. So I needed, when we did the Assets Are Sexy with Sharon Lechter, she had a virtual background for all of her team. So I needed a green screen behind me. But of course I couldn't get one. They're all back ordered, right? It wasn't going to show up. We came up with, my husband, he's MacGyver.
It was genius.
It was absolutely genius. And you can use this for your speakers. We went to the dollar store and got green plastic tablecloths.
Yes.
And put them up behind me so that I had a green screen. They were in that green color. Yep. And we spent $2 because we had to do 2 of them. We had to fold them over. But if you can't get one, because they were on back order and it wasn't going to get here in time.
Yeah, so, I was like, what did you do? And she's like, oh my God, look, it's just this. And I said,
it's just a plastic green tablecloth. Yeah, it was brilliant.
I mean, there's all kinds of things. And then also behind you, it's called the rule of 3s. So you have 3 items on one side, 3 items on another side. Also, you should never have, I'm going to move my camera this way. So see that wall? That was the wall that was behind me. And it has all these little sayings on them. And you shouldn't have things where people are reading because they're going to go, what does that say? What book is on her counter? And so they're not paying attention to you They're paying attention to what your environment is. So you have to be really cognizant of, don't have the family pictures back there. Is she married? That her husband? You things that are going to take away from who you are. But I mean, if you look at Tina, you know her personality by just looking at the background,
Oh no, I'm a very introverted person and nobody can tell that.
For me, I'm an organized person. That's my business and that's who I am. So, and my colors are black, white, and red. So,
Right.
and I love gray. And so it's just like, this is who I am. It's very nondescript, but it looks nice and clean. And as an organized person, as an event planner, I have to look. You just can't move. Yeah, you can't see the files behind me. I'm organized.
A lot of comments. That's very smart. Oh my God, I get motion sickness when people are having their virtual backgrounds. Because it's true. We had somebody who had blonde hair and half her face kept going out, and we kept going, that looks so weird. She's like, oh, it's because I have blonde hair. We didn't know that.
And what we did was we had a speaker ready room. So we had like a green room. So we asked all the speakers to pop in there 15 minutes before their allotted time. And we had someone in there that checked their video and checked their microphone. But, you can't at last minute say, oh, can you get rid of that stuff behind you? And, you can't do that, but you have to make the best of it. But we did speaker training beforehand. But, when you're working with an environment where people are going to do what they're going to do, and they're your speaker, you can't really say anything. You can just say, when you're talking, you should look at the camera and not at the face. Because now I'm looking down. I keep looking at the camera. I don't look at the camera. Because I'm usually behind the scenes.
Look at the person talking, right?
Yeah, you look at the person talking, but you should be looking at your camera. Your camera should be eye level to your eyes. Yes. And I have the stand up, sit down desk.
Yeah.
And make sure that, your chin's up and your shoulders are back, and sit on your jacket so that you don't have the things that come forward. You always sit down, you sit on your jacket. So it pulls it down in the back,
Oh, all the little tips and tricks that we don't ever know about.
Yeah. Like, and what's going on behind you? Like earlier I had the light on behind me, like Angel has a light behind her. It works with her background. I had my little lamp on earlier and I tested it and I'm like, yeah, that doesn't look good. So test things, work with things, find what's right for you and what's right for your brand. If you're someone like me who is an event planner and I have to be organized, I better look organized.
Yeah.
If you are someone who's woo-woo and it's all into candles and Zen, well, your environment better be calm and Zen. We had a woman from Huawei on our panel yesterday, and she was one of our keynote speakers, and she was in China, and she had the most beautiful, it was just gray, and then it had like these feathers that kind of came up that were like lavender and pink, and there was just 3 of them, and they just came up on the side, and she sat there, and she was absolutely beautiful because it just totally brought her to the forefront.
Yeah.
So you don't want a lot of busyness behind you.
Well, this has been so much fun, Toni. We could talk about stage presence and on-camera presence all day long, right? The comments are just like lighting up.
Yeah, they're coming in.
How do you want people to connect with you, Toni?
Well, they can find me at my website, CarusoSignatureEvents.com. So CarusoSignatureEvents.com, no spaces, all one word. And you can join my VIP group there. And I got lots of freebies to give away. And I have a speaker's toolkit that you can get online. And it gives you everything you need to show up professionally as a speaker. I'd love to connect with anybody out there.
Oh, awesome. Okay. And we have a lot of speakers who are listening and who are on our platform right now. So
and also you can find me on Facebook, Toni Lupino Caruso. Friend me on Facebook. Would love to talk.
I love it. I love it. Well, we just started a Facebook group, a media matchmaking. So if you're looking for stages to speak on, you want to be a guest on podcast and be interviewed, or you're looking for guests and speakers for your event, you can find us, that new Facebook group, at needaguest.com, needaguest.com. It'll take you right to that brand new Facebook group where we're helping you to build your business right from your home. And I love this stuff, Tina, Toni, how you are helping them to get that background and that stage presence, even right here. This is your stage. So treat it like treat it like a
Yes.
stage.
I love it. I love it. Thank you guys so much for coming. I'm Tina Torres, the gratitude specialist and client retention expert, where I help you create clients for a lifetime, build those relationships that matter, turn those clients into raving fans and referral partners, and increase your cash flow all at the same time. And you can get your free 7 ways to increase your cash flow by texting the word connection to 26786. That's the word connection to 26786. We appreciate you guys watching the Angel and Tina morning show, where we come to you live every weekday morning at 10 a.m. But starting July 1st, we are going to 11 a.m. for all of you Pacific people. And we will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day, guys. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.